Did I hear him say that he's going to move their table? Did I hear him say that he's going to move their table? Did I hear him say that he's going to move their table? Did I hear him say that he's going to move their table? Did I hear him say that he's going to move their table? hear him say that he's a media trainer. I hear him say that he's a media trainer. I hear him say that he's a media trainer. I hear him say that he's a media trainer. I hear him say that he's a media trainer. hear him say that he's a media trainer. I hear him say that he's a media trainer. I hear him say that he's a media trainer. I hear him say that he's a media trainer.
We are shortly ready to start our ceremony. Before we do, please join me once again in thanking our beautiful string quartet. We hope today that you have the most wonderful, memorable experience which you will look back on in years to come with a great sense of pride. Before we start the ceremony, I do have 3 key messages to share with you. In the very unlikely event of us needing to evacuate our venue, please leave via the nearest exit, which might be behind you. Please follow our ushers to the assembly points. Guests requiring assistance will be escorted. Please take a moment now to see where your nearest exit is. In line with our firm commitment to our planet, our graduation programme is available digitally. You'll be able to follow the ceremony easily, as the list of names in the programme will broadly match the order in which our graduands take to the stage. Please do remember to switch your phones and devices onto silent. I know that at some points you will want to whoop, cheer and applaud, and I want you to know that we strongly embrace that here at Royal Holloway, so please do so with gusto. What I would ask of you, though, is that you whoop, cheer and applaud, and then quietly pause, so that our next graduand, soon-to-be graduate, and their supporters can enjoy their moment too. This ceremony is being filmed, and our professional photographers will be taking that all-important picture of our graduates receiving their scroll. So as much as I know you'll want to capture that moment with your camera, please may I ask that you don't obstruct the view of the people behind you. And finally, at the end of our ceremony, our graduates will leave first, followed by our guests. Thank you. If you are able, please stand for the arrival of the procession.
Please take your seats. Guests, families, supporters, friends, on behalf of the university, I am delighted to welcome you to Royal Holloway on this very important occasion, our winter graduation ceremony. Wonderful to see you all gathered here, and we welcome those of you perhaps visiting for the very first time, those returning to a place that has become familiar, and those watching this from around the world on the screens. To you all, we extend the warmest of Royal Holloway welcomes, and we hope you enjoy the ceremony and have a memorable and happy day. Graduands from the School of Performing and Digital Arts will be presented at this ceremony. The first group of graduands presented at the ceremony are those who've been awarded master's degrees, and they'll be followed by students with Doctor of Philosophy degrees. And it is therefore with great pleasure that I welcome the Executive Dean of the School of Performing and Digital Arts, Professor Roberta Mock.
Hello, my name is Roberta Mock, and I have the privilege of being the Executive Dean for the School of Performing and Digital Arts. I'd like to warmly welcome you to our winter graduation ceremonies today. The graduands who are all here to celebrate are currently sat behind me in an adjoining room, and they're watching via a live video link. We will shortly be recognizing their wonderful achievements as they take to the stage, doff their cap, and receive their scrolls. They will then join us here in our ceremony venue to hear from our presiding officer for today, Professor Julie Saunders, Vice Chancellor and Principal, and our student orator, Jolene Koo. The School of Performing and Digital Arts includes music, drama, theatre, dance, and media arts. As a community, we are motivated by creativity, a commitment to social justice, and the belief that the arts are essential to a thriving world. Our postgraduate students at both master's and doctoral level form a key part of Royal Holloway's vibrant research community and environment, the strength of which was confirmed last year by the results of the latest Research Excellence Framework, or REF. And based on our REF submission, we are positioned by the influential Times Higher Education as second in the UK for the overall quality of research in music and drama, as well as for our proportion of world-leading research outputs in media arts. Across all fields and genres, our approach to research strives to connect the arts with principles of equity and the meeting of the big challenges of our time. Collectively, we aim to produce research that changes understandings of the past, fosters an inclusive vision of art and culture, and leads to creative innovation for a sustainable future. These themes and values are evident in the incredible achievements of our current and recent postgraduates. Many of our students work with external agencies such as the Foundling Museum, the Barbican, Age Exchange, the Victoria and Albert Museum, the National Theatre, Equity, and Tate Modern. PhD candidate Carmen Andel-Roof, for instance, has been creating educational historical materials for schools with the Black Cultural Archives. Thomas Baines composed an immersive soundscape for an exhibition on Windrush, organized by Hampshire Cultural Trust. And earlier this year, Carl Falconer published a book on how to start a theatre company with Routledge. Our graduates are screenwriters, film producers, digital strategy consultants, museum curators. They are academics and university administrators, music industry marketers. They are teachers, they are composers, they are choral conductors, and they are much more. Jing Leng, who graduated from our MA in Producing Film and Television last year, has won the Best Student Film at the Los Angeles Film Awards. Honor Yus composed and directed the first ever Middle Eastern hip-hop musical, which premiered in Turkey. These are just a few examples of recent Royal Holloway graduates who are reaching and changing the lives of others through their skills, through their expertise, and through their artistry. The creative industries are a global British success story. Over the past decade, employment in the arts and creative sector has grown at 5 times the rate of the rest of the economy. As the home and lead partner of the new CoStar National Laboratory, Royal Holloway is at the centre of the UK government's ambitious vision to build on this success and world-class reputation. This is a multi-million-pound state-of-the-art research and development program that is going to drive the next generation of screen-based and virtual production technologies and storytelling practices. We're already embedding the innovations arriving from CoStar in the school's research-led and industry-informed courses and learning environments. On behalf of the School of Performing and Digital Arts, I thank all of you for being with us today. Our graduates would not be here without your support, your love, your investment and belief in them. I proudly congratulate each and every one of them, not only on their accomplishments, but also for the commitment they have shown to one another, to our community, and to their future selves. With great pleasure, we now move on to the presentation of the graduands. Please welcome the head of the Department of Drama, Theatre and Dance, Dr. Emma Cox.
Professor Julie Sanders, Vice-Chancellor and Principal, I would like to present graduands from the Department of Drama, Theatre and Dance. For the award of Master of Arts degree from the Department of Drama, Theatre and Dance. Olivia Gilman. Eduardo Gomez. Kirsten Grinstead. Wu Young Hong. Edward Hume. Audrey O'Farrell. Aoife Parr. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy degrees from the Department of Drama, Theatre and Dance. For the thesis title of The Body as Data, Reimagining a Reality for Migrating Bodies Beyond the Limits of Europe's Digital Borders Through Performance, supervised by Dr. Prarthana Pakayaska and Dr. Olga Goryanova. Sidoni Carey Green. For the thesis title of Fangirls, Free Labour and Feels, How the Internet Changed Theatre Criticism, supervised by Professor Dan Rabalato. Megan Vaughan. That concludes the presentation of graduands from the Department of Drama, Theatre and Dance.
Please welcome the Head of Department of Media Arts, Dr. Nick Hall. Professor Julie Sanders, Vice-Chancellor and Principal, I would like to present graduands from the Department of Media Arts. For the award of Master of Arts degrees from the Department of Media Arts. For a thesis entitled Humour and Hong Kongness, Hong Kong Comedy Film as a Reflection of National Identity and Political Upheaval, 1990 to 1997, supervised by Dr. Nick Lee, Ho Man Arthur Wu. For the award of Master of Arts degrees from the Department of Media Arts, Sayan Banik. Jessica G. Cow. Pariksit Chowdhury. Sharaf Davis. Sevile Gedik Yücel. Yumiao Peng. Amruta Kaur. Avanthika Ramesh. For the prize of Outstanding Dissertation Award, Surav Roy Chowdhury. Ploypalin Sirisopanon. Frazi Tariq. Sihui Yang. Ting Wang. Ratana Al-Sharif. Chloe Baker. Oning Chen. Tancredi Foschini. Pilar Garcia Tira. Harindu Gunawardena. Robing He. Yoset Yoso. Moe Balin Hwakala. Joanna Coburg. Yimin Lee. Tiana McConnell. Irina Pav. Herika Fitia Rekotosun. Vaishna Kumar Ravi. For the Prize of Outstanding Achievement Award, Jourdain Roberts. For the Prize of Outstanding Contribution Award, Praveen Srinivas. George Traynor. Anna Vlasiuk. Anna White. Peian Zhu. Gabriel Bruce. Victoria Burden. Yasmin Johnson. Miles Jones. David Mayer. Tabassum Obari. Charlotte Penny. Dean Stigwood. Megan Walton. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy degrees from the Department of Media Arts. For a thesis entitled A Creative Data Ontology for the Moving Image Industry, supervised by Professor John Ellis and Dr. Georgios Koutsoukos, Christos Dexiades. For a thesis titled Towards a Poetics of the Zonality, Conceptual Architectures, World-Making Practices, and Non-Human Others, supervised by Professor Olga Goryanova, Callum Hazel. That concludes the presentation of graduands from the Department of Media Arts. Please welcome the Head of Department of Music, Professor Stephen Rose.
Professor Julie Sanders, Vice-Chancellor and Principal, I would like to present graduands from the Department of Music. For the award of Postgraduate Diploma in Music from the Department of Music, Grace Dawson. For the award of Master of Music degrees from the Department of Music, Jasmine Bates. Siddharth Biswas. Po Yu Chung. Eve Geoghegan. Jolyn Koo. Yiqing Lai. With the M. Muzz Prize awarded for outstanding achievement in the M. Muzz Year of Study, Matthew Lewis. Vanessa Morgan. Jingyi Zhou. For the award of Doctor of Philosophy degrees from the Department of Music. For a thesis entitled Concerts, Commerce and Charity, Musical Networks and Benefits Performances in Georgian England, 1750 to 1780, completed in collaboration with the Foundling Museum and supervised by Catherine Hogg at the Foundling Museum and by me, Stephen Rose, at the Music Department, Lizzie Buckle. For a submission entitled Music as Commentary, a portfolio of music compositions and supporting thesis, supervised by Professor Mark Bowden, Nathan James Dearden. For a thesis titled Music, Power and Place at Exiled English Convents in France and the Low Countries, 1660 to 1740, supervised by me, Stephen Rose, Caroline Lesserman Elliott. For a thesis entitled Experiential Perspectives on Sound and Music for Virtual Reality Technologies, supervised by Dr. Tim Summers, Dr. Rhys Davies and Professor Julie Brown, Stephen Tatlow. That concludes the presentation of graduands from the Department of Music, and it also concludes the presentation of graduands at this ceremony.
So I would now like to introduce our student orator who is going to deliver a speech on behalf of all those whom we are celebrating here today. So please welcome back Jolene Koo.
Distinguished faculty, family, friends, and my fellow graduates. Today marks a pivotal moment in our lives, a culmination of years of dedication, passion, and unwavering commitment to the pursuit of artistic and academic excellence. I'm Jolene from the music department, and I am deeply honored to be the student orator for today's ceremony. Our journey through the halls of academia has shaped us into the artists, scholars, and individuals we are today. We are here today to celebrate not just our academic achievements, but also the friendships formed over the years in Royal Holloway. The countless hours spent in the library, the late nights conceptualizing in our rooms, and the shared moments of artistic revelation in rehearsals have forged great bonds between us. We had our fair share of laughter and tears. We experienced immense excitement from newfound academic enlightenment, but at times, confusion and panic. We ate, drank, traveled, and had fun together, yet perhaps still felt a little homesick every now and then. But we made it. We became a community, a collective of diverse talents and backgrounds, united by our shared love for the arts. Today is the day we celebrate. As we reflect on our academic journey, it is essential to acknowledge our mentors who guided us along the way. Their wisdom, encouragement, and constructive criticism have been the building blocks of our academic growth. They challenged us to push our boundaries, explore new genres, and embrace the rich tapestry of our artistic expression. Embarking onto the next phase of our journey, let us carry the lessons learned within the walls of Royal Holloway into the world beyond. The stage may change, the audience may vary, but the essence of our artistic identity remains constant. We are not just graduates with degrees in hand. We are ambassadors of the transformative power of the arts. As we continue to witness the world change around us, let us, through our art, seek to reflect, comment on, and shape the times in which we live. Tell stories, evoke emotions, and bring people together. The art is not just a reflection of society, but a powerful force that can drive change. In a world that often seems discordant, our roles as artists and scholars become even more crucial. We have the ability to bring harmony to chaos and create moments of beauty that transcend language and cultural barriers. Whether we find ourselves on concert stages, in recording studios, or teaching the next generation of artists, let us remember that our art has the potential to inspire, heal, and provoke thought. I would like to encourage my fellow graduates to provoke and raise awareness of social causes and global issues through the arts. We have the responsibility and power to use our artistic narratives to drive tangible changes and become agents of change. In closing, on behalf of the graduates, let me express our deepest gratitude to our families and friends who provided unwavering support, to the esteemed faculty who shared their expertise and passion with us, and to fellow graduates who embarked on this academic odyssey alongside us. Finally, let us reflect on the notes and rhythms that have shaped us, embrace the harmony of our accomplishments, and look ahead to the crescendo of possibilities that awaits us in the world beyond these walls. We have composed a symphony of shared experiences. Now, let our melodies reverberate far and wide, creating a masterpiece that echoes the power of the arts to inspire and transform. Congratulations and a very happy graduation to the class of 2023. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jolene, for that wonderful and inspirational speech. It's a special achievement to be chosen to deliver the oration, but you've surely done us all very proud. Thank you again. So I suspect with this audience today, I don't need to say what I have sometimes been saying, which is that it is a particular pleasure to share with you our strengths in music here at Royal Holloway. I'd like you to welcome, please, into the room one of our talented students here who is going to entertain us with a short musical interlude. Please welcome Purvit Dudiala. So thank you, Purvit, for that fantastic performance. Can I also ask people in the room to thank our fantastic string quartet, who are also playing so beautifully. And at this point in the ceremony, whilst your hands are, I hope, truly warmed up with applause, can I invite our graduates, for you are now officially graduates, to thank all of your guests, whether here or just with us in thoughts, for all the support that they've given you over the past period. Graduates, please put your hands together to show your appreciation. I can always rely on an art ceremony to do things in style. Graduates, guests, colleagues, it is truly wonderful to share this graduation ceremony with you all, celebrating as we are the fantastic achievements of the graduating class of 2023. A graduation ceremony marks the end of a particular period of study and allows an all too brief but I hope special time to reflect and to celebrate everything that's been achieved with a huge team of people who have enabled that, from fellow graduates, lecturers, the professional services teams who've supported along the way, and of course family, friends, loved ones and carers. You are beginning the next chapter of your story, and there is a kind of crossing of a threshold that takes place here, very literally as you all panic and come into the room and wonder where you're going. But emotionally, I hope too. I hope there's been time for this to feel moving and meaningful. You are in this moment being very actively welcomed into the remarkable Royal Holloway global community of graduates, which stretches from here on the beautiful Egham campus through our central London sites and all around the world. All of us here today very much hope that your new degree leads you on to a career and a life path that is both enjoyable and rewarding, and that you carry within you that same spirit of Royal Holloway that Jolene was describing, which as a university of social purpose is all about making a positive contribution in the world. It brings me great joy as Vice-Chancellor and Principal of this wonderful place to be part of a university that studies everything from laboratory-based sciences through to the performing arts, and often those in productive conversation with each other. We've been celebrating in this ceremony people who have been exploring areas from performance and directing and dance and music and live arts and media arts and new technologies and creative interfaces. This work is at the cutting edge of work with the creative industries, and it's something that I think we are all at Royal Holloway very proud of. But I'm also just really proud about what the creativity of you, our students, brings to us and makes visible every day. These are important careers that you are now thinking about and embarking on, as we heard from our wonderful student orator. So be it working in cultural venues or as performers or in community groups or in the radio, television or screen industries or staying in the academy, we are excited to be a part of your story. We've recognised people in this ceremony who've been involved in new composition, in training, in tutoring. I simply couldn't be prouder of you all, and I couldn't be, even in these difficult days, more hopeful for the future of the cultural and creative arts in your presence, so thank you for that. We do live in complex times, but one of the amazing things about university communities is their ability to come together over difficult questions and issues, be they local, national or global, be they societal or economic. They come together to debate, to reason, to discover, to analyse, to support and to learn together, and to find knowledge-based solutions, often co-producing those with community groups, with industry, with policymakers, and of course with the creative and cultural sectors. I'm endlessly moved by the communities of practice and of care and compassion that a university ecosystem can hold within itself. So we know, graduates, that you will use the superpower that is your degree to give back, to make a difference, and we at Royal Holloway will be walking alongside you, cheering you along every step of the way. So in the words of the songwriter and performer Taylor Swift, I am inviting everybody to be defined by the things you love and not by the things you are afraid of. Royal Holloway has, for a long history, been committed to being brave and bold and future-facing in all that it does, but we know that it's our students, our graduates, who are the very best of us in that respect. As we've already heard, you are our ambassadors. You are our change makers. In this complex, but I hope still capable of being beautiful world, you are carriers of hope and agency and possibility. So as we move towards the conclusion of the formal part of today's ceremony, you will have a chance to spend time with everybody who's been important on your journey to this point, and I hope you can take time for joy. But let me once again also reflect on what that degree scroll that you hold in your hands now is, as a testament, of course, to your hard work, to your intellectual capacity, to your perseverance, and I hope to a lot of love and commitment and imagination as well. But as you steady yourself to perhaps leave this beautiful, special place as Royal Holloway graduates, though you are always welcome back, please do return often. Those scrolls and all they represent are statements of potential, of course, but also, as I know, and as we've already heard, of responsibility in the world. So I hope you can find space to reflect on everything that is yet to come. Just as the history of this amazing place strikes me every day that I have the honour and privilege to serve as its Vice-Chancellor and Principal, your recent past is part of who you are. But what you will do next will really define the next part of Royal Holloway's story, and we're excited for that. So whatever those next steps, we wish you light and luck and love in your lives, and we know you will make us proud. So please, in every way that you can, make the world beautiful. Go, be remarkable, do remarkable things, but be kind, be productive, make a contribution, make a difference. Thank you for being part of Royal Holloway's story today, tomorrow, and I hope long, long into the future. You are, as we have been saying throughout this ceremony, our greatest achievement, and we are so very, very proud of you. Thank you. So finally, if you feel comfortable doing so, could I ask you to please now stand for the reception?